Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss soft skills for business for third semester, Bangalore University, session 10 of Unit 1, Elements of Communication. The session 10 we will be discussing about tips for developing intercultural communication skills. So let us have the recap of what we did in the last class. We had a discussion on concept of communicating across diversity, assumptions or behavior that block or promote intercultural relations, learning about other cultures, touch or refrain from touching, or you can call touch communication, understanding of different gestures and body language, understanding different languages and business styles, etc. In today's class, we will be discussing some of the tips for developing intercultural communication skills. Why? Because we have already discussed its significance. So, what are those tips? Let us discuss these things. Following are some of the tips one can apply while interacting with persons of any type of culture. The first one is taking responsibility of communication to bridge the relationship. Taking responsibility of communication to bridge the relationship means initiating the communication, speaking with the unknown to get known. See, when we do not initiate, when we do not speak with people, and when we do not express ourselves that what we are, the other people will be ignorant about us. See, when we introduce some people to someone in some of the occasions, there are two ways. One is an American way, where one person introduces another person to the third person. But in Japanese culture, they introduce themselves. Let us not go to that. See, when we initiate communication, we will become the communicator. We can give our profile, we can give our details to the other person, other party with whom we are willing to work or with whom we are working. In a business organization, there are two ways of buying and selling. One is somebody can order the required goods and the other person can supply the required goods. The other way is a person can promote themselves, their products. A businessman can promote their products. They can go to their potential customers. They can inform about their products and services, features, prices, distribution strategies, all that. One is getting the order and then dispatching. Another one is creating the customers or informing the unknown about your products and services. Both the ways are existing in the business world. See, when we communicate to bridge the relationship, The very basic purpose of communication is satisfied here. What does it says? It says we communicate to express our ideas, opinions, thoughts, to bring about the union of minds. When there is a union of mind and heart, naturally there will be a good relationship, congenial relationship. Therefore, this will be the first tip for developing intercultural communication skills. We should introduce ourselves, we should tell ourselves. Here we means not only the individuals but also the companies. Then show respect for other person through gestures and eye contact. It's a very interesting concept. I have been telling you throughout my lectures that kinesics or non-verbal communication can communicate what we cannot communicate orally. So when we show respect to other persons through our eyes or through our facial expressions or gestures, naturally the bond or the relationship between the communicator and communicatee will develop. That can give a way for development of business, development of ideas, overall development we can say. Then the third one is listening carefully. See, all of us know very well that one who listens carefully, one who listens attentively, one who listens purposefully, definitely can speak, definitely can express in later part. If the listening is pretending, if the listening is only selective, then the very basic purpose of communication or the very basic purpose of expression will fail. Why? See, I will just give one small example. There are some listeners who are not attentive listeners. They do not listen what the other person is saying. Their problem is they interrupt that person. They do not allow the communicator to complete the idea, to complete their thoughts. In between, they interfere, they interrupt, and they will not allow the others or the communicator to speak in full or to speak thoroughly. This will be this can be a distraction. It creates a sort of distraction in the mind of communicator. It creates a sort of uneasiness. Therefore, when we are good listeners, when we allow others to speak, okay, when they give pause while communicating, or when they have stopped after expressing their opinion or ideas, one can easily, they can express their opinion or thoughts. This is a common sense actually. When one person is speaking, others should not speak. Otherwise what happens is, both the persons may not be able to understand what each of them are telling to each other. Therefore, in a multicultural setup, okay, that too where the language difference, pronunciation differences are there, if we do not listen properly, there are chances of misunderstanding, there are chances of stress, there are chances of distress, there are chances of conflict of interest, there are chances of getting angry. Therefore, we should carefully listen what one is speaking in a working environment which is related to both of us. Usually some people listen to what they are interested and they ignore what they are not interested. Some people, they simply listen and they express themselves as if they are listening very carefully, but they are just pretending as if they are listening. That has no meaning actually. So when we listen to other people, that is a type of respect that we are showing to them. Otherwise, when we interrupt or when we interfere or when we do not allow the other person to communicate freely or express their opinions freely, it is a bad etiquette of listening, bad mannerism of listening, or bad mannerism of communication. So then the another tip is common grounds. See, in intercultural communication skills, there are so many things which are common in nature. After all, are all human beings. The people who are working in an organization, they are all human beings, irrespective of their background, irrespective of their culture, or irrespective of their nation. In whatever way they can share common grounds, definitely they should go ahead. It will definitely create good understanding among themselves. Then making verbal and non-verbal communication more consistent. Consistency is important. That means, see, consistency, through this point what we can understand, consistency is important. Second thing is usage of both verbal and non-verbal communication is important. Therefore, when we are having the aim of developing congenial relationship between intercultural human resources, we can make use of both verbal and non-verbal ways of expressing ourselves, so that each one can understand each one of them in a better way and in a best possible manner. Whatever the verbal and non-verbal ways of communications are there, in a consistent way they should use it. It is not that in one way, one time, one day they are using and another day they are forgetting it. One day they are using, another day they are not using. It should not be like that. Every day, whether oral communication or written communication, or whether it is kinesics, or whether it is chronomics, or whether it is paralanguage or haptics, okay, or artifactics, all these things, whatever they are making use of all these things now, they should continue it so that it becomes a practice. When it becomes a practice, it becomes easy for all of them to understand each other and do their work. Then suspend the judgment for time being. What is the meaning of this? Sometimes when we work in a place where the people from different cultures are working, first of all, We are new to others, others are new to us. You just imagine a situation of a multinational company. When somebody has entered a job, or when somebody is already working in such a place, premature judgment about somebody, premature judgment about some policy, premature judgment about any decision making will not fetch good understanding. Dear students, we always should avoid judging others, because when we keep on judging others, we will forget ourselves that what we are. First of all, we should keep in mind that what others are judging about us. This will create a sort of good understanding. Okay? Everybody in the organization should have the concept that who am I to judge the others? So there is a management, there is a decision making authorities, there are the policy makers. Simply interfering the domain of others, interfering the work of others, simply creating a disorder by judging someone, by reasoning out someone, by thinking that so and so is good, so and so is bad. If we do this thing, we will be successful. If we do that thing, that will be successful. All these things we should avoid for time being. We should not judge of any process, any production about any men who are working in the organization. This is one way of bringing or developing intercultural communication skills. See, when we judge a person from other country, or when a person from other country judges the person of another country, only judgment goes on there won't be any proper work. Judgment part, grade part, appraisal part will be done by the management. As an employee, one should keep in mind that all are employees, all are their fellow colleagues. No one is higher, no one is lower. Who am I to judge about others? Do I know everything about others? Definitely no. Nobody will be knowing entire life. Nobody will be knowing the entire background about their fellow colleagues in the organization. Then how can we judge a person? How can one judge a person in the organization? It will be wrong on their part. To bring happy, joyous and good relationship between all the workers, one should avoid this, or one should delete this button from the safety valves of their brains. Either they should pause this or they should delete this. The another thing that is very important for developing intercultural communication skills is, do not distract yourself by outward appearance like dress or mannerism. It so happens that one person who is wearing a particular type of dress, others judge them with their dress or their face. These days it has become a trend. But the people who know about these things, they will be knowing, can we judge a person by their dress? Can we judge a person by their facial expression. See, my dear students, if somebody is wearing a particular type of cloth, if somebody is adding something on their face, or if somebody is having a beard, if somebody is wearing a particular type of the traditional dresses, it is not their fault. They are following what their culture is. See, by wearing the blazer, everybody will not become the manager. By wearing a particular type of dress, that person will not become the philosopher or the scholar of that particular tradition. That we need to understand today. In a drama, one person may wear the dress of a police or a judge. In a drama, a person can wear the dress of a terrorist or a philosopher. But it doesn't mean that the person who is wearing that is the real one. See, formal or informal way of dress, these days different ways of appearances have emerged. You can see the youths, they follow their icons. If they are the followers of cricketers, in cricket, if they are following a particular icon, whatever that icon is developing as their outward appearance on the face, the same thing these fanatics will follow. If they are following any icon from film industry or the people from politics or the people who are philanthropists, they try to adopt the same thing as their appearance, just they imitate. See, there is something which is called as adopted and original, and there is something which is called as the core and the non-core. We need to understand. When we judge a person through their appearance, or when we get disturbance by looking into their appearance, it is our fault. It is the stigma that we have about that particular dress or about that particular mannerism. It is not the fault of the opposite person. So, we should not get distracted by such stigmas. We should not get a sort of complex about such things. We should have a due respect for that. Then, learn about variations in customs and practices so that other can feel comfortable. It is a known fact that when we learn about the variations across the countries in customs and practices, we feel comfortable. Otherwise, half known, unknown will create confusion. Full known will create comfortability. So, we should not have either the half knowledge or we should not have the simple knowledge about these things, because they are all very emotional one. These are the emotional parts. These are the emotional things that one need to understand. Customs and practices will make us comfortable. Otherwise, we feel ourselves aligned, we feel ourselves alone, we feel ourselves different. So, to feel ourselves one among others, we should know the variations in customs and practices in a workplace. Then the ninth one is take the other person as the individual with unique existence. As I told you earlier that people may come with different background just by looking into their ethnic group, by their dress, language, culture, caste, creed. We should not deal differently with such people. We should feel that I am one among them, they are one among us. This feeling, broad-mindedness, will create good understanding about each other. They work better, they give more time, they will not have any stress. The unit output production will be more. There will not be any sort of mental diseases, there will not be any sort of disorders in health. There will not be any disorders in a peaceful atmosphere of workplace. When we have respect for each other, everybody's ethnic is unique. Whether they belong to Punjab, Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, we should not have a difference in our mind, because everybody is ours, everybody is an Indian. When we are working in a multinational culture, we should have the feeling that every ethnic culture has a uniqueness. They have their own importance, significance, like us. After all, we are all human beings. So why human beings are different? Because they have the ability to think, they have the ability to get emotional, they have the ability to produce more output than input, they have the ability to interact with each other, they have the ability to resolve any issues. That is why human beings are unique. All human beings are unique. We should have this mind, keep in mind, so that we can have good relationship among ourselves. Then we should be flexible in habits, preferences and attitudes. When we are working in a place where multicultural or diversities across culture is existing, we need to, I say that not all the time, but sometimes we need to be flexible ourselves in our habits. Suppose if somebody is always having the habit of drinking tea while having food, and that person has gone to a workplace where tea is taken separately, slight change need to be made. Preferences and attitudes. Sometimes preference number 1, preference number 2, preference number 3, and sometimes introvert and sometimes extrovert attitude. Some people express themselves openly without keeping anything in their mind and heart. Some people keep inside and they will keep on feeling those things in their mind. These types of attitudes and preferences, we need to change ourselves whenever time matters, not always, whenever time matters. So dear students, all these tips we need to understand for having a congenial, intercultural, good communication among the colleagues or friends who are working in the organization. I would like to just to summarize that the growing international business demands that people around the world involve international business, and we need to know how to communicate across diversities to be successful. Please do attempt for the MCQ questions given and read the study material supplied to you. Try to get the study material from other sources, online or offline sources from the library, and try to learn more about these things so that it can add to your knowledge. So I will sign off now. Thank you very much for listening, and take care. Bye bye.
Hoga bu.